Current food production is causing challenges on the planet, as both people and the planet are getting sick due to deforestation and biodiversity challenges. The planet and the people are sick. Why do I say that? As we produce our food, we are destroying the planet. But at the same time, 1 in 2 people on the planet are suffering from malnutrition. But in other countries, people are suffering from obesity. I'm joined in the studio today by a representative from the World Bank to discuss this global crisis. We want to talk about how countries are coming up with solutions to address this solution. Mrs. Supo from the World Bank, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. Hello, Zimbabwe.
Briefly, talk to us. I understand the World Bank is looking at how the countries are looking for solutions in terms of maximizing the small pieces of land that we have without destroying the forests, without destroying the rivers, without destroying nature. How are countries coming up with solutions to feed the growing population, but at the same time not destroying the planet?
Thank you very much. What a mouthful. However, let me just elaborate that it is actually a devastating state that we are in, considering after the conference that we had in Washington some few years back, where we discussed how vital and critical this issue is. Statistically speaking, 50% of the population is hungry. There's hunger all over, yet we have arable land. So coming to your question that you're asking what exactly we are doing, as an organization, we have made it priority mark to work towards the goals that we needed to orient that we have discussed in that conference. So definitely we're putting into place, and funds are already permissible. We just need to work on a lot of nitty-gritties. But definitely we cannot leave such a global crisis to go on and on. We need to strive more and have the populations fed.
Thank you very much. Talking about hunger, we notice that hunger is more prevalent in Africa. But in Africa, that's where we have more of arable land. Where are we going wrong in Africa?
Indeed, it's very true. In fact, it's a paradox. How do we have where there's land and there's no food? So in that light, we need to devise plans on where it is that we're going wrong. Is it resources, farming equipment? All those things need to be addressed wholesomely and not just have a certain angle that we tackle, but to have a wholesome picture. So speaking of which, if Africa was utilized land-wise, it means the whole world would be fed, considering some of the waterlogged and landlocked countries that do not have arable lands. In that light, we also have wetlands that are being abused. All those things need to be looked into and probably conscientize the African nations on some of the practices that they could be doing that are hindering good productivity.
We really look forward to the solutions that the World Bank will bring on board. And if I may go further to ask, how have you been engaging the African governments in terms of providing solutions to this food crisis in Africa?
Right. If you take a look at the document that we have printed recently, where we had a conference with the African leaders, it highlights deeply on how all the African leaders have actually contributed on what is feasible on their part of their countries.
Thank you, Mrs. Tupa. We'll be right back. Thank you. Please stay tuned.